Quickly before the video starts, if you guys are new to the channel and you want to drop a sub, it is 100% free. We're out here grinding, posting 5 to 7 times a week, so make sure to help me out if you want to help me get closer to my goal of 50k subscribers. And I'm also going to be dropping a free edit pack on my Twitter, so make sure to head on over there. I'll have the link in the description as well as the pinned comment, so make sure to go check that out. And now I'm going to be showing you guys what you're going to be learning in this video.
Is this what you're looking for?
Thinking out loud, I've been smoking loud. Cups in the air while I sing for the crowd. Reach for the stars.
Alright, so now that you guys have seen what you're actually going to learn in this video, today I'm going to be showing you the beginner steps you can take to edit your very own Fortnite montage in Davinci Resolve. If you guys don't know, Davinci Resolve is a 100% free to use platform for your computer. You can easily import clips, music to it, make your own Fortnite montages to the caliber of my own edits that I post on the channel. But I'm going to be going over some basics, how to do an intro, how to sync, how to do slow-mo, add some basic effects. And like I said, if you guys do find this helpful, make sure to drop a sub, drop a like, and drop me a comment if you guys did find this video useful. But now that I've gone over what I'm actually going to be covering in this video, I'm going to load up Davinci Resolve and I'll see you guys in there. Alright guys, so the first thing you want to actually do when you're inside of Davinci Resolve and you have it opened is just to add a new project. So to do that, just press on the new project button and we're just going to do beginner sample. So just name it whatever you want. It's up to you. You can name it whatever. And once we're actually inside of Davinci Resolve, you'll see a menu similar to this in the cut tab. Just go over to the edit screen, which is going to be the screen we're going to be using for most of this video. Go to the top left corner to file, go to project settings, and change your frame rate to 60. Once you've done that, you can press save. And from there, you might have a different layout. So to get the layout that I have, you can just click on the media pool here, click on the effects library right here, and it should just bring up everything that you'll need to actually edit this. From there, all you got to do is just find the clips you're going to want to use. So for me, I just have these pro player clips that I'm just going to drag into the media pool. This media pool is where you're actually going to drag in all of your media. And then also find a song that you want to use. So for me, I'm going to be using Wanted by Blanco. And the last thing is some sort of cinematic. So you can just drag that in. I'll have a pack with cinematics linked in the description for you guys for 100% free. From there, all you got to do is actually drag in your song. So for me, I'm just going to drag it in just like this. I'm going to zoom out just a bit using this actual zoom tool right here on our timeline. And inside of Davinci Resolve, you might have your audio looking like this when you first import it. If you want to see the actual wavelengths, you can just click on this gray line thing and just drag it out like this and expand it. But from there, you're just going to want to shorten it. So something about this, and then we're just going to trim it down using our razor tool. This razor tool just splits the media wherever we'd like it to. I'm just going to click on this and press delete on my keyboard. So once we actually have our song in, the first thing we're going to want to do is syncing. So if you guys don't know how to add markers, I'm going to show you. To move around your timeline thing, you can just click right here on this little ruler looking thing and find these beats on your song where the audio really peaks. You can see these noticeable beat, 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 beat. Like you can see where the beats and the hi-hats are. For me, I'm just going to make sure that my thing is close to this beat as possible. And once we're actually on this beat, we're going to press M on our keyboard and this will add a actual marker to this point. From there, we're going to find our second beat of the song, which is right here. We're going to press M to add a marker. And then our third beat is right here. We're going to press M on our keyboard again. And then whatever we're not using, we're just going to trim off by dragging it down. All right, so that's pretty much it for syncing. You can get rid of the intro just a bit by zooming out and just taking off a bit since it's too long. So that should be pretty good. We have enough for 3 clips. So the next thing we're going to want to do is we're just going to drag our audio down to audio track 2 just so the audio from our clip doesn't interfere with it. So we're just going to preview one of these clips right here. Find a spot right here. Press this little arrow thing just to cut the clip. And just right there, we're going to preview it in this little tab. And then right where we actually get the kill, or wherever you get the kill, or wherever the person in the clip gets the kill, just press M and that'll add a marker. You can see this is the section of the clip we're actually going to import to the timeline when we drag it in. So we can see that just that section that we just selected right here is what is in the timeline. You can expand it if you'd like. But from there, since we've already added the marker, we're just going to put our playback head, which is this red thing, on the marker on the audio. We're just going to line it up with the marker on the clip, which is where we get the kill. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do the exact same process with these other 2 clips. I'm just going to go right here and shorten it just like this. I'm going to add a marker on the kill. And then I'm going to drag it in. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing with a third clip. All right, so we already have them synced up now. Now that's all to do is actually to add slow-mo to our clips. So for that, all we're just going to do, we're just going to right-click on any of these clips, press unlink. We're going to go to our retime controls by right-clicking on the video, go retime controls. And then you should see a little menu like this. Click on a black triangle, add a speed point on the actual kill. And click on this little triangle and change the speed to 50%. And you should just be able to actually just unlink this, drag it out just so it lasts the same duration. I have an advanced velocity tutorial if you guys want to learn how to actually add velocity where it slows down before the kill and that kind of stuff. If you guys are ready to move on to more advanced things like that, I'll have that linked in the description. But we're just going to add this little 50% speed to all of our kills at the very end for all of them. So just like that, all of our clips have a little speed change where it goes from normal speed to slow motion after the kill. And yeah, that's pretty much that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to work on transition. So to transition, there's a bunch of built-in transitions into Davinci Resolve. There's additive dissolve, which is one of my favorites. You can just add that in. There's non-additive dissolve, or you can just go like this, and it's a cool little dissolve like you can see between the two. Or you can come down to the new transitions that have been added to Davinci Resolve 17, like these slide transitions. You can just drag those in. What it'll do is it'll add like a nice little slide transition, or one where it's like slide up. Super cool to use. I just added in a slide right on this one and then a slide up on this one. But once we've actually added transitions, I'm going to show you guys how you can add effects. So to add effects, you're just going to drag in an adjustment clip from your effects library over here. Go like this and shorten it so the adjustment clip lasts from the kill all the way to the end of the clip. And then from there, we're going to go into our fusion tab just like this. Go into the fusion tab right here on the bottom. You should see some sort of screen like this. From there, you're going to press Control and space on your keyboard to bring up the select tool. And you're going to look up camera shake just like this. Click on this one and press add. And then pressing shift and dragging it on your keyboard, just drag it into this right here. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to copy the settings that I have on the screen right here, which is just this, and that. Make sure this is on mirror as well to get rid of the black edges. Once you've copied the settings, all you got to do is keyframe your overall strength at the beginning at 1, go to the very end, keyframe it at 0. So now what you have is a very cool tilt shake. You probably see a lot of editors use it in their own montages. But now what we're going to do, I'm going to show you how to add a glow. So press Control space on your keyboard again, look up glow, click on this one right here, press add. Drag it in like this, and then you can just mess around with the settings. You can decrease the shine threshold a bit, decrease the brightness depending on what looks best for your clip. You can also change the color to something like a pink or something like that if you want. I'm going to keep it at something like 0.425 if you want. You can have it copy me exactly, but for my clip it looks best. From there, all you got to do is go to the very first frame, keyframe the brightness, go to the very end, keyframe the brightness at 0. And just so you guys know, keyframing, what keyframing does, if you go and you keyframe 0.425 at the beginning and then go to the end and 0, this entire gap in between is a gradual decrease in the values from what you keyframed here and what you keyframed here. So if you go 0.425 and 0, this should be around 0.2 around here. If you were to keyframe it at 0 right here, this would be around 0.2. It's just a gradual decrease in the actual keyframing. Last thing I'm going to show you guys is a screen pump. So to add that, press Control space and look up transform just like this, and you're going to drag that in as well. And the first thing you want to do for this is go to your size and put it at 1.1, keyframe it at the beginning, go to the end and change the value to 1. And what it will do is it'll have it so it's at 1.1 and it will zoom out to normal size. And the cool thing about adjustment clips is you can just literally press Control C on your keyboard, copy it and paste it onto the second clip right here, so you can do the exact same effect. And if you wanted to, you can do the exact same effect right here as well. And then if you want to fade out your video, you can just drag this in right here, drag this in right here, drag this in right here. What that does is it just fades it. But that's pretty much how to actually add effects. I have more videos on 5 effects for your Fortnite montages. I have presets in there, so make sure to check out that. That will be in the description as well once you feel like you're ready to move on to more advanced effects. And now the last thing I'm going to show you guys is the actual intro. So to do that, you're just going to find your cinematic, whatever one you got from the cinematic pack, and you're just going to find it. You're going to shorten it to whatever you'd like. You can unlink it. I just have it out here because I don't want it interfering with any of the videos I have right here. I'm going to right click on it and retime controls. I'm just going to make it shorter and faster, just like this, just so it fits in this space. You can just drag it from the top. If you're dragging it from this top, the same layer as where it says speed change, it'll make it faster or slower. You can see the percent increasing and decreasing as I drag it along. And it should just be moving at a faster speed than it normally was before. But to actually add text to your intro, you've probably seen a lot of people add text to their intro cinematics. You're just going to drag in a fusion composition, go down like this, and you're just going to go in like this, go into the fusion tab, add a text node by clicking on the text thing right here. And if you just want text and that's the only thing you want, you can just add a text thing, you know, type in, I don't know, highlights number 20 or something like that, and you can just have it whatever font. You have to download custom fonts if you want to use the fonts that I'm going to be using. I'm using the Coolvetica font. That's what I normally use for my own videos. And then you can add maybe a drop shadow or something like that. Connect that just to give your text, I don't know, maybe a nicer look to it. So you could just increase the shadow strength if you want. And then if you want, you can also add a displace. I just showed this in my recent video. And for displace, you're also going to need a displacement map. I'll have that linked in the description. Just drag that into the Fusion, connect it to your displace. And what that'll do, I'm actually going to change the display settings a tiny bit. Should just be something just like a nice little shake or something like that, just like this, like a slight shake to your actual text. Give it some movement, nothing too crazy. And then you can just add a video transition right here, like a cross dissolve to your actual cinematic and the first clip, just like this. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it, guys. I showed you how to do a little intro, how to actually sync up your clips, how to add transitions, effects, that kind of stuff. I hope you guys did find this useful. Obviously, if you guys are experienced with Davinci editing, none of this will be new to you guys. It may seem a bit repetitive for my other tutorials, but I just wanted to go in depth, kind of show you guys the basics of Davinci editing. But if you guys did enjoy, like, comment, subscribe. Check out my free edit pack I just dropped on my Twitter. I'll have that linked in the description as well as the pinned comment. Go drop me a follow over there to actually get access to that pack. But I will see you guys in a new video. I hope you guys did enjoy. Peace out.
Thinking out loud, I've been smoking loud. Cups in the air while I sing for the crowd. Reach for the stars, tell my girl I'm leaving town, but this is every